Gfan 84. And what a year it was. 2023 is down the drains and we're going into 2024. So you know what that means. Who made it the #1 figure of the year? Without further ado, let's just get right into this. And here we are, the number 10 spot on my list. The FSX Plus FSL 30 centimeter 74 Mecha Godzilla. Man, when this thing came out, I was so excited to get it. And I'm still so excited to get it. If you didn't know, these FSLs are based off kits. This is a Monster Maker 28 kit. A fantastic kit. Eventually, I would like to upgrade to the kit from the vinyl to the resin. Get rid of the X Plus and go to the Monster Maker. But yeah, this whole thing, Mecha Godzilla, fantastic. Chest opens up. Now the reason it's not higher on my list, one of my, if not my favorite movie of all, Godzilla vs. Mecha Godzilla, had some issues. The chest pad opens up, but it is so hard to open. So hard. Unless you got the lucky touch to open it. And if you checked out my channel, this guy is prone to leaning forward. So you got to finesse the cankles to try to get it to set right. I managed to get mine to work, but for the price that we pay for these, we shouldn't have to worry about that. So yeah, it's a solid piece. That I cannot dispute. A very solid one. This one just happens to be the Rec light up. Either you get the Rec or the non-Rec. It doesn't matter. It's a solid figure. And that's my number 10. The FSL 30 centimeter X Plus Mecha Godzilla 74. And my number 9 pick, I don't have it. A lot of these I don't have. So we'll go images. The 30 centimeter Super Toho 1999 Godzilla. Yes, the one-day 3D printed onto a vinyl piece using the latest and best technology at their disposal. This thing looks amazing. It's one of those things where I had to choose and pick throughout the year what I wanted to get, what I could get. I wanted this. I still want this. The more and more I look at this, I am kicking myself in the hiney. This thing looks amazing. But you can't have them all. Maybe down in the future I might. This thing is fantastic. From the face to the dorsals. It looks awesome. What more can I say about it? It's the revival of the Godzilla franchise from '98. X Plus 30 centimeter Super Toho 99 Godzilla. And here's my number 8. The Roto Kaiju Mecha Kong. When I started getting into kits, I came across this and it just happened to be too late. My money was going somewhere else at the time. This is the one where it kicked me in the hiney. This thing is fantastic. You can't do any better than this. The people that made this are fantastic artists themselves. Beta Matali and Steve Kurjali. Sorry if I butchered that. I really apologize. Now, they have a Facebook group, the Roto Kaiju. If you haven't joined it, you should join it. Just maybe, Steve, Beta, you could hook me up with one. Give me an opportunity to buy one since I missed out. This thing is fantastic. I joke. Maybe you guys have come out with a third run of it. This thing is phenomenal. A fantastic piece. Especially if you have the Kong. Heck, even if you have the Godzilla. Have it as a three-way. The Roto Kaiju Mecha Kong. Here is number 7. The 25 centimeter Godzilla Ultimate. Now this happens to be the Rick version. You could either get the Rick or the non. Me personally, I might have been more happier with the standard version. Now, we all know if you watched my review on this, what my thoughts are on it. This was advertised as a 30 centimeter, but when they did it on the site, it was diagonally. Now, I did not take that away from why this is at number 7. I put it there because everything in front of it deserves its spot in front of it. I'm not taking anything away from Ultima. This thing is fantastic. Pretty much my pick for 25 centimeter of the year. I don't think there's anything that beats this. The teeth to everything. This thing is awesome. The face in particular. The way they sculpted that, the teeth are just fantastic. It is amazing. If you have this piece, you know what I'm talking about. It is a fantastic piece. Definitely the best 25 centimeter to come out in 2023. But it just wasn't good enough to go past number 7 on my list. Once again, fantastic piece. X Plus, 25 centimeter, Godzilla Ultima. And now, my number 6 pick, the 30 centimeter Galloping Coast 72 Godzilla. Yes, the Godzilla vs. Gigan. Done by Doc Mack, the awesome man Doc Mack by Galloping Ghost Arcade. And the sculptor Burley Vang. Awesome guy. He is a phenomenal person. And he may or may not be doing a imposter in the future. And I also picked up from Galloping Ghost because I want to give some honorable mentions to Galloping Ghost and Doc Mack. He's putting out fantastic kits, right? Little. And I'll show you the others. All right. 72 Godzilla. Fantastic. This thing, I am so stoked. Burley, I still got to send this to you. Things have been hectic past month or two, but it's still coming to you to get built. Thank you again. This thing is awesome. Galloping Ghost and Doc Mack, he's doing a fantastic job. I heard he's got some more things coming up in 2024. Keep your eyes out. Keep your ears listening. Fantastic resin kits. Keep up the good work. This is number 6. Galloping Ghost, 30 centimeters, 72 Godzilla. Godzilla vs. Gigan. Number 5. Now, I was going to get this, but I only had enough funds. I can't buy all of them. I had enough funds between this one and the one that just happened to make it to number 4. I'm not going to spoil it for you. You got to wait. Number 5. Fourth Form Shin Awakening. 30 centimeter. Yuji by Yuji Sakai. This thing came out with 3 different styles. The standard, the Rick, the light ups, and the G-Store exclusive with the translucent dorsals. To me, whatever one you pick, it looks fantastic. Like I said, I wanted them both. They both came out around the same time, pre-orders. It was one or the other. I just had to be the other. It's a fantastic piece, especially if you have all the other forms that you want this awakening form to go with it, to sort of finish the little thing. It's a fantastic piece. And Yuji Sakai, boy, should I really even have to say anything after that? You know the work he does. Fantastic sculptor. Awesome artist. He is phenomenal. His work is phenomenal. And that's number 5. 30 centimeter, 4th form awakening Shin X Plus. Number 4. Now I said I have this one and you don't see it here. It's because I ordered it through Sideshow and everybody got theirs in November, and here it is almost the end of December and I'm still waiting for it. Sideshow, what the heck? But I'm not going to take that away from it in points. This thing is phenomenal. 30 centimeter FSL 74 Godzilla. Now, just like the Mecha Godzilla, it was a resin kit made by Monster Maker 28. A fantastic kit. And eventually down the line, I would like to get the kit and sell off the vinyl. But until that day comes, well, heck, maybe I'll have the kit before the resin even gets here from Sideshow. Who knows? I would love to have that figure right here to show you off. It was my figure growing up, or my Godzilla growing up when I was younger, watching Godzilla vs. Mecha Godzilla on the VHS. That, Gfan in 85. Fantastic times. Oh yeah, can't forget King Ghidorah. It's a fantastic piece. Everything I've seen of it brings back nostalgia. This thing is phenomenal. I'm glad I have it. When I get it, I'll be happy then, even more. And that's number 4, the FSL 30 centimeter 74 Godzilla. Number 3. Now this one, I lumped in a bunch of them because I feel it's only right. Spiral Studios, the Behemoth, the Queen Muda, Mothra Larvae, and Behemoth. Fantastic. They're all gigantics from Spiral Studio. Spiral Studio is doing a fantastic job. They're knocking it out of the park. Their pieces are awesome. Now, too much out of my price range, per se, for the gigantics, but doesn't take away from the quality and the awesomeness of the figure. Now, these gigantics, all of them, even Behemoth, that one in particular caught my eye. The Mudo, fantastic too. I can't really forget about mentioning that. Heck, even the Mothra Larvae, fantastic pieces. They're all awesome. And anybody that has them, oh, can't forget about the GVK. Anybody that has them are pretty proud to have them because they're awesome pieces. Which, maybe down in the future, I might pick up one. Who knows? And that's number 4, or my third pick, of Spiral Studios Gigantic, Behemoth, Mudo Queen, GVK, and Mothra Larvae. And here we go. The top 2 of 2023. I don't think this is really a surprise by anybody. I think this is probably everybody's 1 and 2 surprise, pick. And if it's not, then you're the one throwing the curveball. I like to see what your top 10 of the year are. Maybe it's different from mine, maybe it's the same. Maybe you have a different top 2. Number 2, the FSL Gigantic / 30 centimeter Destroyer final form. Now, the reason I say gigantic and / 30 centimeter, because way it was presented from the bottom of the toes or the feet to the top of the wings is a gigantic. But you cannot go there. You have to stop to the top of the head. So if you have a destroyer and you have a burning, you put them up next to each other, you're going to see the different sizes. Burning's going to be way over it. And we all know destroy is about a head or two above burning. So that's why I think it would fit perfectly into 30 centimeters. And that's why it made my number 2 too. It's a fantastic piece. Anybody that has it will tell you that. The work they did. And this is also FSL from Black Dragon Studios. They do fantastic pieces. Fantastic pieces. If you haven't seen them or checked out their work, you should really check out their stuff. Black Studio is a fantastic studio. Black Dragon Studio is a fantastic studio. And there you go. Number 2, the FSL Gigantic / 30 centimeter Destroyer by X Plus. Now, before I go into number 1, I want to do some honorable mentions. X Plus Gigantic Burning Godzilla. This thing is incredible. I don't collect the Gigantics, but I'm not going to take away from this thing's beauty. This thing is awesome. Everybody that has the Gigantics knows it and loves it. That's why I made the honorable mention list. Just couldn't make it on top of the top 10. A lot of strong things this year, especially the other 2. The Gigantic Kong from the Monsterverse. This thing, a lot of people don't like it, but this thing is really nice. I wasn't the greatest on the pose of it looking up, but it is a fantastic piece nonetheless. And the last honorable mention, the 30 centimeter X Plus Evangelion Unit 1. This thing is awesome. Another one that passed me by. I sort of kicked myself in the butt. Now, you still have a chance. At this time, it is not sold out yet to get the Unit 2. This thing is phenomenal too. Walks on all fours. Nice crossover with Godzilla and Evangelion. If you haven't checked out Evangelion, go. I think it's still on Netflix. Check out Netflix and have a blast. These are my honorable mentions. For number 1. Like it's a surprise. Like you were either going to have number 2 or this one coming up as your number 1. So either way you want it. You want to flip-flop them. Doesn't matter. It's a fantastic spot to have either one or 2. The FSL 30 centimeter Destroyer Crab. All made out of resin. This thing is fantastic. The detail in this. Now, there's not much more than you can get detail out of resin. When they shrink it down to vinyl, you lose a little bit of detail in height. But this thing is straight resin. So if you ever decide, oh, get this, and you open it, be very, very careful. These are small little appendages on the crab. They could break. Just be careful. Now, you don't got to be all nervous Wally with it. Still touch it. Still hold it. But just be careful. It's a fantastic piece, and I don't want to see you break it. The FSL Destroyer Crab. And this is also done by Black Dragon Studios. Like I said, for number 2 pick. Also done by Black Dragon Studios. And guess what? Maybe for 2024, we can get the FSL Black Dragon Studios flying form of Destroyer. Whew. You got the Destroyer, the final form, and the crab. You pair that with that. Man, That would be an awesome piece. Now keep this in mind too. The 30 centimeter final form Destroyer doesn't pair well with a gigantic burning. But the 30 centimeter pairs perfectly. Maybe a little bit too tall for the gigantic, but it goes good with it. Now, it will not go good, movie accurate, with a 30 centimeter burning Godzilla. I just want you to keep that in mind. Now, if you want to hold off for a 25 centimeter or 20 centimeter, if they make one for a resin kit, probably fit perfectly for your 30 centimeter lines. But even if you don't care, it's a fantastic piece. If you don't care if it's accurate with your figures, jump on it. Quite frankly, the beauty in this piece, I don't think I care if it fits perfectly with it, if it's off a little bit. It's a fantastic piece, and this is why it made my number one. The FSL X Plus 30 centimeter Destroyer Crab. And there you have it, folks. 2023, my top 10 with honorable mentions. All of them deserve to be on the list. And there's even more that should have been on the list, but I had to cut some out. A lot of resin kits, a lot of good resin kits that I had to cut out to be on this list. A lot of good X Pluses that I had to cut out to be on this list. I hope you guys had a good collecting year, a good year in period in general. And I hope you have a better year in 2024. Gfan 84. Have a good year.